here, Ryan Hollins, we're going viral. So Steph Curry returned to the Warriors lineup last night after missing 58 games. Some wondered if it was a good idea, but the Athletic senior writer Michael Lee tweeted, if Steph Curry had chosen to sit out the rest of the season and saved himself for when the Warriors had better talent and something to play for, folks would have greeted the decision with a shrug.
Oh, no.
That's why his return is so special, why he's so special, loves the game, and won't cheat it.
Buckle up, America.
To which my friend Nick Wright came in.
You said from Michael Lee?
Turn the volume down on your TV a hair.
Okay. All right, first of all, let me say this. Michael Lee, Kansas City's own Michael Lee. He's great at his job. He's been great at every stop he's been at. This is the worst tweet of the year. It's the worst tweet of the year. Congratulations to Michael Lee. I don't know if it was a parody tweet. I don't know what... Steph Curry, who heroically returned from the world's worst hand injury after missing 58 games and after being on a minutes restriction with an upper body left extremity injury, if he had just said, you know what, I'll come back post-Tokyo Olympics, no one would have blamed him. But he decided, no, give me a break. He's going to make $40 million in a brand new stadium, most expensive courtside seats ever in basketball this side of the Lakers. And we're like, wow.
Yeah, but there's more to lose by Steph playing than gaining. This is about the chivalry.
More than gasoline.
Yes.
You know what?
He could get hurt. He could get hurt.
No.
That's a reality.
Oh, the show is ruined. Here we go.
If he gets hurt in this year, if he gets hurt with these guys,
we have other topics.
You know what? You know what? The more I think about it, I think Steph should take off next year. Because we all know an ACL, like, while you can come back a year later, you're not fully ready to go for 2 years. And Wiggins probably needs an extra year in the system.
Oh, they rolled it on you. Great producing right there. Great producing. Thank God.
Oh, my God. Michael Lee, what are you doing, my man?
Back to tonight's Star Showdown. Bucks, Lakers, Giannis, LeBron, NBA Finals preview, perhaps. A great night from Giannis should lock up a second straight MVP, but LeBron James isn't worried about regular season awards. Take a listen.
Never motivated me. Regular season MVP has never motivated me. To be the best to ever play the game has motivated me and has resulted in me being able to be league MVP a couple times. But I've never gone into the season saying, okay, league MVP is what I want to be. I've gone into the season saying, okay, I want to be the MVP of this team. I want to be the best player in the world. And how I approach my game every day, how I take care of my body every day has resulted in things like that.
Yes, a little bit yes. You don't believe him.
Well, I'm not going to say LeBron's lying, and he was very careful with his words. He said, it's never motivated me, and I've never gone into the season saying I want to be league MVP. Okay, sure. He's gone into every season saying how can we be best served to win a championship. But he has ended a number of seasons saying I damn sure was the league MVP and I'm angry I wasn't. And I mean, LeBron's got 4 league MVPs, 3 finals MVPs, 0 defensive player of the year awards. If you were to ask him in his most honest moment, he would say at a minimum he should have, we can show it I think, 6 league MVPs, 4 finals MVPs, and a Defensive Player of the Year award. Leave that up for a second. The Derrick Rose MVP in 2011 is his, taken from him. Steph's first MVP in 2015, his, taken from him. Took that Cavs team that was nothing to the NBA Finals. And I know it's a regular season award. They were excellent in the regular season. The Finals MVP that same year that they gave to Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala defended LeBron James. He deserves it because of what a great defensive job he did on LeBron. When LeBron averaged 36, 13, and 9.
Winning doesn't matter?
The guy who held him to 36, 13, and 9 wins Finals MVP. And Defensive Player of the Year, that's 2013, when the guy who won it, Marc Gasol, wasn't even first-team all-defense. Not even first-team all-defense. He gets Defensive Player of the Year. So that's what LeBron thinks he should have at a minimum. Maybe it's 7 league MVPs, but definitely 6. And so maybe it's doesn't motivate him, Ryan Hollins. Maybe it's not his #1 priority, but it matters to him. And he believes correctly he already is the greatest player ever. But when it comes to the masses determining it, things like how many league MVPs you got absolutely matters. So in that regard, it matters to what he says has motivated him, being the greatest player to ever play.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I do like LeBron's approach. He wants it to organically happen, that I'm playing well, things are rolling. At this stage in his career, I don't think it's the most important. He's comfortable with who he is. He knows what the mountaintop looks like. I have a grief with you, though. A big problem with you, though. We just went through the last segments and talked about Steph Curry. We talked about Kawhi Leonard. We know how you feel about load management and how crazy you are when it comes to that, how critical you are. But LeBron James, this season, currently up to date, right, has played harder in the All-Star game than we have seen in some regular season games against quality opponents. He's on the block guarding Joel Embiid in the All-Star game. He's matching up with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Those two are going head-to-head, pound for pound. The last time these two teams played, I don't even know if LeBron got out and guarded Giannis. Maybe there was a possession or two. But LeBron seemed to have just conceded, said, hey, Kawhi Leonard, you got it. Hey, Giannis, you got it. But you talk about load management and integrity of the game, all these things, but you give LeBron a pass and don't mention that?
Okay, it's a really, really interesting point you make, that a guy who's played the third most minutes in the history of the league hasn't played enough basketball. I like the take.
That's not the point. That's not the point, Nick. That's not the point.
And if your argument is LeBron is not trying hard enough this year, I like that take as well. They got the second best record in basketball. They're running away with the 1 seed. He's top 2 MVP, but he should be trying harder. It's a fascinating take as well. But as far as LeBron's effort in the All-Star game, that is actually interesting. And you know why he gave that level of effort in the All-Star game? Because the Steph Curry conversation can roll into this. He understands his importance and his role for the betterment and the health of the league. And it's a new All-Star game in a new format, and they're honoring Kobe Bryant, and he's a captain. And you bet your ass he's going to give it his all, even though it's an exhibition. You know why? Because these $200 million contracts don't come out of thin air. They come out of the popularity and the health of the league. And that was a starring night for the league, so he put on a starring performance. But if we are going to use against him his level of effort in the All-Star game, it's a new, listen, you're covering new ground. It is uncharted waters, but I don't
Nick,
buy it.
You ranted about cheating the fans.
Yeah.
You ranted about integrity of the game.
Yeah.
Is there not integrity or cheating fans that it's nice you show up? I credit LeBron. He's the only star on that level for this long who has done that. No one's questioning that. But not showing up against the big, he will absolutely concede and say, man, I'll live to fight again another day. So if we come to another,
I don't understand what you're arguing. You're arguing he didn't try hard enough in the first game against the Bucks? That's what you're arguing?
Against these other stars, these main matchups, against the Kawhis, against these other players, he gave us more effort in the All-Star game than in the regular season. But you, on the other hand, I understand. You, on the other hand, you go crazy when Kawhi low manages. You go crazy just about Steph Curry playing and not playing.
If you want to compare guys literally not playing in games to LeBron guarding certain players on certain possessions, you can make the comparison. I'm not the one sitting on television trying to do it, and I'll let the audience judge it accordingly. I think it's not apples to oranges, it's apples to bowling balls, to quote Tony Soprano, and I haven't even wrapped my mind around the take, so I don't know that I can adequately respond to it.
I'm more so digging into why LeBron is not taking these major matchups against players of his own caliber.
I'm curious why he doesn't tell the Lakers to play with 4. You know what? Play with 4. You're allowed to. You don't get a penalty. You have one guy stand off the court. Yeah, have one guy stand. Guys, I'll guard 2 of them. I'll guard 2. What are you talking about?
Guard one of them.
Well,
I mean, guard one.
Okay.
Did he guard Kawhi Leonard for, a possession? I mean, he went at it pound for pound with Zion. Zion's a young buck.
We
like that. We got to see it with Giannis.
Go up against one of the young guns in Giannis. But, all right, here's the deal. Pulled an all-nighter last night. I never do this. I usually go to bed at 6:30. That's not true. Here's the best of the night, starting with best return of the night. After missing 58 games, Steph Curry returned to the Warriors lineup, gave you 23, 7, and 7 Wilds in 27 minutes of play. Should he have played longer?
So, yes. The league wants Steph Curry back. He's got 13 more games on national television. This will officially bury the NBA has bad ratings
narrative that should have never been a thing to begin with. 13 more games, second most popular player in the world.
And by the way, those Steph's got some catching up to do, Ryan. His brother, Seth, is now, as we sit here this morning, the NBA's active three-point percentage leader.
Cool if he won.
He passed him.
If Seth
it's for a career. No, it's for the.
Oh, it's for a career.
So he's passed him this season.
On to the poster of the night.
Great.
Kawhi showcasing
Changes
the
the
handles,
world.
dunking all over Robert Covington.
Oh, big time play. Listen, he's healthy. That's the biggest thing. Kawhi Leonard looking good, feeling good. He was in rhythm last night. I mean, excellent sign.
He was great. I just feel like he cheated the game because he let Marcus Morris guard James Harden. I mean, why didn't he guard him every possession?
Dusty gave me a terrifying stat.
What's that?
Sorry, my voice cracked. That was so nervous. I was so scared. Kawhi has beat LeBron 5 straight times.
That ends Sunday.
On to the dunk of the night. Terrence Davis driving the lane, finishing quite emphatically.
How about the Raptors, man? And I understand Terrence Davis wasn't part of the championship core last year, but how about the championship DNA of this team? Lose Kawhi?
They beat the worst.
No, but over the course of the year, they clinched a playoff spot last year.
I know, but this
or last night,
the
pardon
worst
me.
team in the league.
I mean, over the course of the year, what they've done. Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam. I probably snubbed them on my best duos list yesterday. My bad, fellas. Didn't mean to have some anti-Canada bias. Unbelievable by them.
All right, how about the heads-up play of the night? Will Barton throwing it off the defender's back for the
You ever have this
easy
done
dunk.
to you, Ryan?
No, was it done? Well, Steve Nash threw the ball through my legs one time, but I don't know if it was quite like this. But heads-up play in the NCAA
Isn't that embarrassing,
Jordan
Ryan?
Farmar pulled that. Former teammate of mine, man. It's March Madness time. UCLA guy Jordan Farmar did that a couple times.
By the way,
for us.
this is in the waning moments of the fourth quarter in a game the Nuggets
Saying they
won.
shouldn't have taken a chance?
You have to make that play.
I'm saying-
no.
Do you think
was a
Trevor
great
Ariza
play.
would have elbowed him?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Like,
No,
is
that's
Ariza going
not
to grab him after the game and be like, none of
Never do
this,
that to me.
young buck?
Trevor Ariza going to elbow him.
Ooh, on to the almost dunk of the night from Russ. Denied by the rim.
Ooh, that's a heck of a almost dunk. You don't count for getting hung on that. It's like, no.